ASMR. Hey everybody, I apologize for the football game sounds and someone's mowing the lawn, I think, but I wanted to get this video out. So, I'm a big fan of Salem, Massachusetts. I love it during Halloween. I grew up in New England. I lived in Maine for the first 23 years of my life. I moved back there for 4 years not too long ago, and now I'm in Texas. And let me tell you, I really miss a New England fall. I miss seeing the leaves, like the nice, crisp coolness that's in the air, and the smell of the leaves, the fresh apples, apple cider donuts, wearing hoodies. It's just amazing. There is a smell in the air during the fall, and I remember it so vividly. But I loved Salem, Massachusetts. I was able to go there for Halloween 3 times when I was back home in Maine. And it's just a really fun place during Halloween. You see so many cool costumes. I apologize for the noise. God. Wish I could turn off, I have no idea how to turn off the notifications. And some of the costumes are store-bought and some of them are people have made themselves. So like tons of cosplay stuff. It's really cool. And I wish that everybody had a chance to go to the Salem Witch Museum, because the presentation that they do, I'm sure it's the exact same one that they have done since they opened. It has like a very, like, I don't know, to me it's probably older, but to me it feels like a very 60s vibe to it. It's really creepy. It's very dark in there. You sit either on benches or on the floor in this room, and you look up, and on the second floor, all around the balcony, there are, I don't know if they're wax figures or if they're made out of wood, but they're kind of in different scenes. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever seen the movie Waxworks or Waxwork, the old 80s horror movie, but they're kind of set up in like diorama type scenes, different scenes, and each scene the lights shine on that particular scene when the creepy narrator voice talks about that scene. But it's like, it just makes me feel very emotional when they're going through the story of the witch trials, because like we have not evolved that much since then. You know, with social media, the mainstream media, like, we literally still jump to conclusions like that, and we damn someone before they've had a trial. And oftentimes because of that, during the trial, they're screwed over. You know, we jump on bandwagons so quickly without knowing all the details, or just accepting that the immediate details that first popped out are completely true. And whether we jump on that because we truly believe they did it and we truly think that that is just a horrible thing, or because we feel like we will be shunned too if we don't jump on that bandwagon. I see it so much on news articles. Someone's accused of something. We don't have a lot of details, and you have people condemning them left and right, and then someone says, well, now wait a minute, what about this? I mean, do we even know like what is going on? And people jump on that person and say, oh, I guess you must be this type of person too. Wow, that's disgusting. How dare you support that type of behavior? guess this person's this type of person too. And you're like, what? So you can't, we're just not logical. We haven't evolved that much. And it's just sad. I don't think it's ever going to change. I think it's going to get worse. But, you know, we're out there getting the pitchforks, lighting the torches. And it's terrible. But anyway, I always feel emotional sitting there because I wish things were different. But anyway, if you're planning to go to Salem, and I would not recommend it this year, maybe not even next year, I really don't know, but they are still doing some things, but a lot of the normal stuff, it's just not going to happen. But the first thing that I would go to would be hauntedhappenings.org, and they have an event calendar. I think this year, unfortunately, a lot of the stuff is virtual, so it's not even in person. They have a free guide. They have a menu over here that has a things to do section that talks about the museums, attractions, films, haunted houses, walking tours, harbor tours, trolley tours, psychics, fairs and seances, spiritual growth, education and worship, places to eat, places to shop, places to stay. Speaking of places to stay, if you are planning to go to Salem, Massachusetts during the fall, I would look into booking a hotel or a motel months in advance. And the closer you stay to Salem, the more expensive it's going to be. Like, the best thing ever would be if you could get into a hotel on site in Salem and you could walk everywhere and you didn't have to try to find a place to park on Halloween, which is impossible. But usually those hotels are very expensive and they're booked up years in advance. Anyway, I'd go to hauntedhappenings.org or Salem Travel Advice and Recommendations at this website, www.viator.com. I'm not sure I said that right, but this website is talking about walking tours in Salem. They offer so many tours. The Salem Night Tour. A lot of these are very similar, like they will walk you around at night and talk about the spooky stories and supposed haunted places. This one's a 2.5 hour Salem history and sightseeing guided walking tour, so you'll see famous hotspots in your stories. This one's another history and hauntings of Salem guided walking tours. Another one, haunted history of Salem guided walking tours. I'm guessing that a lot of these are private companies that take you around, and that's why they're so similar in content. Salem Voodoo, Vampires, and Ghost guided walking tour. Uncover the dark past and mysterious legends of Salem on this haunted history walking tour. Expert historians and paranormal investigators help separate fact from fiction. The Salem Witch Walk. Unlike other Salem walking tours, this witch walking tour is led by a practicing witch. You know, that's the interesting thing about Salem, is that, you know, during the witch trials, you know, these people weren't witches. But since then, you know, they got witches now, but they're not bad, so. Salem Witch Trials historical walking tour. Yes, see, a lot of them are very similar. Dark history, hauntings, and witchcraft hysteria. Mysteries and murder Hours of Salem Guided Nighttime Walking Tour. Salem's Spooky Specters Walking Tour. Visit the spookiest spots in downtown Salem and hear haunting tales of murder, mystery, and mayhem on this spooky, kooky, skooky 45 to 60-minute tour of the historic city. Yeah, so lots of historical stuff. I guess you can go on a privateer schooner sailing tour in Salem too. That's interesting. And then there is the trolley tours. These are fun. I haven't been on any of the walking tours, but I know that they also have a Hocus Pocus walking tour where you can, I don't know how long it is, but they walk you around to the spots where they filmed the movie. Now, there was only certain spots in Salem that the movie was filmed, but I'm guessing that just it takes quite a while to walk between them all. Ghost and Legends Trolley Tour. Let's see. I feel like I went on this one. Let's see. I'm not sure. I think I did. Our sinister and entertaining guide takes you on a dark journey throughout Salem to hear haunting tales from Salem's history. It's a trolley ride that you'll never forget. Combo tickets available with a Gallows Hill main show. Yes, I did go on this one. So basically there is a building at Gallows Hill, or the Gallows Hills building, whatever, at 7 Lynn Street, I think. And it's a little hard for me to remember because it's been a while, but you go into the building and you sit through a spooky show in a little theater, and then when that's over, you get on a trolley ride. And the one that I did was led by, I don't remember if her name was Bloody Mary, but it was something. It was something like that. And she was really good. And the trolley driver drove around, and Mary told the stories, and it was really creepy. Salem Spirits Trolley, Tales and Tombstones Trolley, that drives around at night and talks about different spots where people died and stuff like that. Then you just have, there's also just a normal trolley that you can take during the day that'll take you to, spot A, spot B, stuff like that. Museums and attractions. Count Orlok's Nightmare Gallery. I have never been in here, but it sounds like it says it's a unique cinematic wax museum like no other Salem attraction, boasting over 60 life-size professionally made characters. Wow. I want to go in there now. I have not been in there. I've only been in the regular wax museum, and I did not like it. I think because the figures are so old that they just don't look right anymore. The Gallows Hill Museum and Theater, that is what I was just talking about, where you sit through a show before the trolley that I went on. They use holograms, ghostly projections, they rumble the seats, there's 4D effects. There's the cemeteries. This one is closed this year, but that's a really famous one, the old Bearing Point Charter Street Cemetery. A lot of people walk through that. I've never been in the Salem Halloween Museum. That looks cool. Join us for a 3D celebration of Salem and Halloween. Wow. Okay, there's Salem Regional Visitor Center. That's where you could walk in and get information on Salem history, things to do in Salem, stuff like that. There's the Salem Wax Museum again. I wasn't a fan. There's the Salem Witch Museum. Big fan. The House of Seven Gables. The Witch House. The Witchery Broom Making Sessions. Do-it-yourself crafts and tarot. Witch Dungeon Museum. I have not been in that. There's just all kinds of stuff. Now, they usually do during the month of October, like you could meet and greet sometimes people that have been in horror movies, like really cheesy ones. I have never gotten to do this and I'm so bummed, but usually it's because honestly we have always kind of flown by the cuff and just went to Salem. We never did a lot of research, but like during the calendar of events and stuff like that, sorry for the background noise, they talk about like people that have played like Michael Myers or something before, or Jason. A lot of times they will have them set up in a shop somewhere in Salem doing a meet and greet, and you could get your picture taken with them and autographs and stuff like that. This year, let's click on this. Hocus Pocus at the Hawthorne Hotel featuring Kathy Nagini. That would be pretty freaking awesome. This is only October 5th and 6th. Let's see. So Kathy will be appearing for 2 days at the Hawthorne Hotel on the 5th and 6th. There'll be a moderated question and answer panel, probably after watching. I assume that you watch the movie and then there's a Q&A. And each fan will receive an autographed and photo with Kathy with your own camera. That's really cool. That's neat. That's really cool. See, they have stuff like that too, but you really gotta research. I think that's why apologize. This video has not been that great. Hopefully you get some relaxation out of it, but I honestly never researched that much about what to do before we went. Tales from the Crypt 30th Anniversary Marathon. Hello, boils and ghouls. Join Salem Horror Fest for a 4-day celebration in honor of the 30th anniversary of Tales from the Crypt with the Crypt Keeper himself, John Kasser. I'm not sure if I said that right. That's really cool. There'll be a meet and greet with him. Live Q&A. That's really cool. Let's click on this Salem Horror website. Oh, great, now we got dogs. I don't even know anymore, you guys. Oh man. I guess. Let's see. Doesn't seem to be wanting to work. What? Oh wow. What is that? I can't tell if these are in Salem or not. But Reunions, Gremlin 2, the new batch, The Howling, Meet and Greet, Streets with Joe Dante and Dee Wallace. Zach Galligan. I never know how to say that. What the heck? I don't understand if that's in Salem or not. That would be amazing. That would be even more exciting to me than Hocus Pocus. Let me do a Google. Check this out. The Salem Horror Fest kicks off October 1st, and the full program of events has been unleashed. Wait a minute. This year's all virtual. Oh man, it's all virtual. Darn. I don't understand why you need a ticket for that if it's virtual. Okay, let's. What does an all access pass get you? I don't understand. Oh my God, John Waters. Okay, I guess what you do, because it's virtual, you pay money and you could do a little Zoom meet and greet with these people, which still would be cool, but not as cool to me as meeting them and getting a picture. But if anybody is interested, SalemHorror.com. Go to the celebrities and you could pay and schedule for Zoom meetings with any of these people. What? Tuesday night? Oh my God. Oh my God, the Dream Master group Zoom. What? I'm sorry guys, I'm getting oh my God, I'm getting distracted. Wow, this is cool. Alright, anyway guys, check this website out if you're interested. Yeah. Alright, you guys, you know what? This is just getting a little nutty. It really is. And when I go to the event calendar for Salem Haunted Happenings, it's so much virtual stuff that it is difficult to find what is actually in person. But what I recommend doing if you plan on going to Salem, find out what days you're going to go. Buy your tickets online if you can for the Salem Witch Museum. If you want to, check out the original Wax Museum just to say you did it. Check out that other really cool sounding Wax Museum. I highly recommend, let's go back over here. I highly recommend going on the Ghost and Legends Trolley Tour at Gallows Hills. I have not been on any of the walking tours. I would suggest giving one of them a try. I would go over to the menu on Salem Haunted Happenings and go through the things to do, go through the places to eat, go through the places to shop, tons of souvenir places. There is another thing on Gallows Hill. I've built mystery museum that I wanted to talk about. The Lost Museum at Gallows Hills. This was newer the last time I went to Salem. It's called the Lost Museum, and it's an underground haunted attraction, and it was just my mom, my son, and I. And it was the man's first guided tour through there, and it's like an interactive haunted thing. Like, he's walking you around and then weird things happen and he acts like he has no idea what's going on and you have to help him figure out. It's kind of like, well, like it says here, it's part haunted house and part escape room. I thought it was really cute, and it did freak me out a little bit. My mom almost didn't make it through. So yeah, if you want to read about that, go to gallowshillsalem.com, the Lost Museum. Also, right out there, across from the Witch Museum, they often have just like little carnival food. Like, how do I explain this? In one section of Salem, there'll be like carnival rides and stuff set up, and then in another section, like in a park, they have a park across from the Witch Museum. They have stands that sell pizza, fried dough, fried Oreos, French fries, stuff like that. And there's also I can't even think of what exactly it's called, but there's a little stage in the middle of that park. And last time I went, there was a band that was a cover band of the Beatles, and they were dressed just like them. So that was interesting. So there's stuff like that around too. That's so much to do. But I suggest researching better than I did. But those are the things I recommend. And I recommend going in costume, whether you buy it or make it, and bring your camera. Alright guys, I'm gonna end this now.